Hey guys, 1-2 Fishing here, and today I'd like to go over my offshore fishing kayak setup. With kayak fishing becoming more popular nowadays, a lot of people are getting into the hobby and they have a lot of questions. Of course, kayak choice and all the gear that you get is all subjective to, how you fish. And sometimes, the inland fishing people are going to have different setups than the offshore fishing people. So I'm going to go over my setup here and give you guys a little insight of how I fish out of this kayak and what we can do to get maybe you guys into kayak.
And we sound like Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother.
Hey guys, starting with the kayak here. This is a Hobie Pro Angler 14. It is a 13-foot 8-inch kayak. I know, right? It's not 14 feet, but hey, it sounds better than the Hobie Pro Angler 13-foot 8-inch kayak, right? 38 inches wide, super stable out on Lake Michigan. It weighs about 120 pounds empty without any of my gear on it, and then with my gear and everything, it can hold up to 600 pounds. So it's more than enough for what I need it for. It's a great fishing platform for trolling, just inland fishing too. But yeah, it's got these cool H-rail systems on the side that run all the way from the front to the back. You can buy these accessories that hang on there for your rod holders, your fish finder, other things like this little tackle bin we'll go over. Has dual steering, rudder control on each side, so if you're fighting a fish over here on this side, you can quickly steer your kayak out of the way. Same thing on this side, you're fighting a fish on this side. The best thing I think about this kayak that I think would be a great selling point to most people is the seat. It's super comfortable. That Vanish seat that they come out with is, one of the best kayak seats. You sit high up, it's got adjustability. You can sit low, you can sit high, you can adjust the lumbar, you can adjust the angle of the seat. It's just amazing. It's a great seat, super sturdy. Has little armrests and everything. One of the best kayak seats that I've seen out there. For storage, we have a front hatch that is huge. It's more than enough to carry a limited coho in, or even a 30-pound king in a limited coho. Then I got this. This is a dry box right here. It's got a lock system, so you just turn it and lock. But in here, this is where I keep all my stuff that I need to get to throughout my trip. Like important things, right? Needle nose pliers. When you hook that big fish and you gotta get that hook out. Extra leader line, just if I need to tie up, new leaders or whatnot. It's 40-pound monofilament. I got a scale here. Split ring pliers. A flashlight. And then 2 flares. I got a red signal flare and an orange smoke flare. And that's just the stuff that I keep in there. Sometimes I'll throw my phone, actually all the time, I throw my phone and my keys in there as well, because I know that will always stay dry in there. We'll talk about these rod holders. So I have the Omega Pro Yak Attack rod holders. These, I have 3 of them. I have one on each side here and then one behind me. And these rod holders are perfect for what I need them to do. They're quickly adjustable, so if I want to change the angle of the troll, I can just push a button and it goes in any direction. I have 3 points of adjustment on these front ones, so I can change the angle of the rod there. It has a lock feature, so if you put your rod in there, you can turn this and it will hold your rod. but I don't really use that because, you know, I just don't. It's personal choice. I have the extensions here. These are 8-inch extensions to help keep them out of the way there. That way I got more room, because a lot of the butts on these trolling rods, especially on the Great Lakes series, are longer than, you know, your standard rods. So they stick in far, and, you know, when you're pedaling and you start bumping into them, it's like I need to get them out of here. So I got the extension on there just for that. This back one, I always just have facing straight behind me, and that's for my lead core line. And that just goes right past my my stern there, and it just goes in the water, so it stays out of the way of these two. As long as you know how to take your turns and everything, you'll be fine. So this is the Hobie tackle bin. This is a nice little thing I've recently purchased, and it's just a storage bin. You know, you got a tray on top that gets held down with these two bungee straps, so you don't have to worry about it coming off when you're in the water. But you can throw your spoons, you know, your leaders, your flies, your flashers, your dodgers, throw everything, your torpedoes and everything. I just throw that in here when I'm changing out gear and stuff. I throw it in here, cover it up, strap it down, and forget about it. And then when I get home, I have to deal with it. But it's better to deal with it when you're not on the water. Keeps your lines in the water longer, and that's how you catch fish. If you aren't going to catch any fish if you're sitting there playing with all your tackle all day. Here is my Garmin fish finder. This is the Echo HD 6.3 inch. It's not the fanciest of them, but it gets the job done. I upgraded from a Vivid series, which just has GPS. It doesn't have maps. This one has maps now, so I can see where I'm going. I can plan out my trips. I can see the, you know, where like the hills and stuff I need to fish are. It's great. I love the maps feature. Something that, you know, once you get, you can't fish without. It's because it's better than just going out there, you know, wondering how far you're gonna be before you get to 80, 90 feet of water. On here, I can exactly track that out and find out, you know, hey, it's gonna be 2 miles before I get out to where I need to be. So it's a great little upgrade from what I had, and I really enjoy it. Bass Pro Shop usually runs sales on these units for a good price point, and that's why I picked it up. Yeah, so it's a Garmin Echo 6.3. One thing I want to touch up on Lake Michigan is being seen and being heard. When you're out there fishing, especially during the early spring with the cohos and then the late fall king run, a lot of the times you're fishing, it's going to be either post-sun or pre-dawn, so it's going to either be getting dark or it's going to be dark. And with that, you need to be seen. So having a light that is Coast Guard approved is a must out there. You don't want to be out there in the dark not being able to be seen by other boaters, because obviously that's just bad and dangerous and unsafe, and that's not why we're here. Another thing is being heard is having a VHF radio. You can pick these up, you know, at Bass Pro Shop, Amazon, but just having one on you for communication and learning how to communicate on one is a must. There's a guy on YouTube that goes by the name of Shy City Yacker, and he has a podcast and videos that explain all this stuff very well, so you can check him out. Alright guys, I'm outside now. I wanted to show a couple of things that I couldn't really explain inside. One of them being is the Boondocks landing gear. This makes it easy for taking it off the trailer and loading it up, getting right in the water, no hassle with backing up the trailer into the launch and anything. Super quick. They just slide out, rotate them down. These are plastic wheels, so they don't float, which is nice, so that way when I'm in the water I can put the wheels down, and then when I'm ready to get out, I just hop off the front of the kayak and I just pull it out up the ramp. This is a Minn Kota 40-pound trolling motor. It's just cut down and made to fit perfectly right in the back here. This allows me to fish longer and farther, so that's why I have that. My trailer is a jet ski trailer, modified with the Hobie cradle system, so it fits the Hobie perfectly, and I don't have to worry about it shifting or anything. I have a strap up here, you know, a 2-inch tow hook, and it's a perfect little trailer for the kayak. The VisiPole light flagpole, this is what I was talking about, having this at nighttime, having it during the daytime too, just for so you can be seen. It's a must-have. Alright guys, I hope that answers all your questions about my setup. If you have any other questions, just throw them in the comments and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. But other than that, keep the lines tight and let's get out there and do some fishing.